What's up guys, I'm Phoenix Master 1 and welcome back for some more Fire Emblem Heroes. And in this video I'm going to be giving you guys my first impression on the new Halloween banner, which is going to be coming out on Monday, and I will tell you guys how I feel about these new units. So the first unit that we have on this banner is Cat Sakura, and she's the first Hoshiden unit on a special banner, and this time she is a dagger unit. Now her weapon is pretty interesting because it is effective on tome units. It's not really effective on healers or dragons, even though they are magical units. The wording of this weapon is a bit wrong because it's only effective on tome units, as you can see by the icons in the description of the weapon. So I think that this weapon is going to be very nice in this kind of meta game where you see a lot of cavalry mages and flying mages. Definitely going to be much more useful than Poison Dagger, and the good thing is that this weapon is inheritable, so units like Performing Arts, Olivia and Felicia can inherit this and be a better unit themselves. Poison Dagger was mainly used to check infantry units and infantry mages, and Kagero didn't really have power to kill even stuff like Normal Ike and Brave Ike, so she was a bit underwhelming as we face a lot of cavalry units in arena, especially a lot of cavalry mages. And this weapon is pretty nice in that aspect. I really want them to release Hunter's Knife, a weapon that is effective on all of the cavalry units, and it's a dagger, so that could be pretty nice on a future unit. And she's got Glacies, which is her special, so obviously she's got pretty nice res, I'm assuming. She also has Warding Stance, which is a counterpart to Steady Stance, which Black Knight has, and my only hope is that this skill is not restricted to this limited unit. Hopefully they can release more units in future who have got this skill, because these stand skills are pretty nice because they are very consistent compared to the boost skills. And Warding Stance gives her +6 res when she's attacked, and she also has Guard, so Guard can help her take on Quick Pulse Moonbow Reinhardt, and that is going to be pretty nice. And she already has Warding Stance, so she has a pretty nice default kit, and she comes with 5 skills for no specific reason, just like choose your Legends units. So now we know that intelligent systems can give 5 skills to like any unit, and in a way it is better for a lot of the newer players because they do not really have to fodder off units to build their units, because units like these already have good default skill sets, so that's pretty nice. And then we have got a Valor skill for daggers, which is pretty good because some of the dagger units are a pain to train for SP, such as Felicia and Performing Arts Olivia. And if you have got minus attack IV on any of those units, then it is going to take so long to get SP on them. So Dagger Valor definitely helps a lot. And Sakura has the potential to outclass Felicia as a mage tank if she ends up having more attack than her and having the same res as Felicia. And having more attack than Felicia is not really that hard, but hopefully she has got the same res as Felicia. And if she does not, then Felicia can just have this new weapon from Sakura and Felicia can be a better magic tank. So that's my thoughts on Sakura. Hopefully she has got a high attack. Hopefully it's not something like 25 or 26. Please, at least be 30. That's my hope. That's the problem with dagger units. Their attack is so pitifully low that it's really hard. And I'm not even expecting her to have good speed. Like, just give her attack. Dagger units need attack. She really needs to have high enough attack because then only she'll be able to take out the Fortify Cavalry boosted mounted mages and a lot of the flyer mages. So please give her good attack. That's the only thing which I want. And let's proceed. So she's gonna proc Glacies and kill this poor guy. Alright, so then we have got Devoted Monster. Nobody saw this coming. Like, who expected an armored archer? And Jakob? Like, Jakob is not even that popular in Fire Emblem Fates community. So this is a armored archer because he's got Fairy Fighter skill, and that skill is of course restricted to armor units, so that has to mean that he's an armored unit. I know that he does not really look too much like an armored unit, but he is an armored unit. So he's got Monstrous Bow Plus. It is effective against flyer, of course, and after combat the bonuses become penalty within 2 spaces. So that is insane. It is pretty much like Veronica's weapon, but it's better. Veronica's weapon, Elvigar, also could do panic status to the units around 2 spaces after she initiated the combat. So Veronica's tomb only worked in the player phase, but this weapon actually works in the player phase and in the enemy phase as well. And this has got really good synergy with Attack Smoke, Sacred Seal, because if you guys do not know, panic status debuffs and the debuffs from a skill like Attack Smoke do stack up. So that is really good. And I'm really happy about this weapon, and it's also inheritable, so that's great. But I think that Jakob is going to be the best user of it because of his bulk as an armored unit. And he's got Ignis as a special, so obviously he's going to be having high defense. And he's got Bracing Blow too, which is such a bad skill on an armored unit. First of all, blow skills are a bit weird on armored units, especially skills like these which give defense and res, because their job is to take hits in the enemy phase. So Bracing Blow is definitely very weird. And then he's got Very Fighter skills, so he's gonna be pretty slow, I think. Definitely not gonna be too fast. I know nobody's gonna be doing this, but Bravelyn can actually run this bow pretty well because she's got Saki's Blessing and Attack Smoke. And like I said before, Panic Status, debuff, and the debuffs from skills like Attack Smoke, Threat, and Defense do stack up. So that's gonna be pretty nice, and just faster archers can definitely run this with something like Water Sweep or Wind Sweep. Some creative sets can be made pretty much with this bow. So this is a nice bow. Hopefully we can get a Wood Out Plus bow in near future. Hopefully Jakob has got good attack. He has got Very Fighters, so he does not really have to worry about his speed. And it looks like he might have pretty high defense stat, so that's gonna be good. And then we have got my boy Henry. Like I said in my speculation video, there's no way that he can have a Halloween banner without Henry. Henry is super popular in Fire Emblem Awakening. And for a good reason. He's a pretty fun unit and a good character, and he's crazy enough to carry a coffin as his shield. So his weapon Spectral Tome Plus has got the same effect as Jakob's bow. So these two weapons of Jakob and Henry are pretty good because they are inheritable, they provide great utility, and the fact that they have got area and effect, so that makes them really good weapons. And other units can also use this, for example Bowie and Merrick. And then he has got Reprisal as a special, and it's not really that good on armored units because sometimes they need to run Very Fighter if they've got low speed, and Reprisal requires your user to be at very low HP so that you can get the maximum damage out of it. So definitely something like Bonfire or Ignis is going to be better on him. And he also has Live for Honor, which is a relevant skill now, now that Secret Seals are out, because you need badges for them. And only Spring Xander had that skill, and Spring Xander was like months back, so I'm glad they introduced the skill once again through Henry. And then he has got Armor March 3, so he's another unit who has got Armor March after Emilia. So he's an armored green mage, which is pretty insane. Like, you do not have Arvis as an armored mage, but you have got Henry and Jakob as armored range units. And you cannot say that they did not make Arvis an armored unit because of spoilers, because if you look at the castle in-game lines and some of the voice lines of these Fire Emblem 4 units, they spoil a lot. So clearly intelligent systems do not care about spoilers. Like some of the units in Fire Emblem Heroes give pretty big spoilers, so they could have definitely made Arvis an armored mage. Now that we know that armored mages are a thing, and I guess now the armored mage class is going to be exclusive to the special units, just like how the flying mages are all of these special units. So they really didn't make Arvis an armored mage. That makes me sad. I thought they wouldn't release any kind of armored mages. Arvis was a perfect candidate for an armored mage. Like, he actually has a cannon class. Hopefully Henry has got good attack. That's the problem with the default Henry, is that his attack is pitifully low. So hopefully this Henry does not suffer from low attack. And I would be pretty happy if he had the same stats as Sheena. And if you run something like Raven Tome on him, then he's gonna be absolutely untouchable by any kind of archers. But still, Spectral Tome's utility is really good. So let's move on to the next unit. And that unit is gonna be Nowi. So this is the unit that we saw in the silhouette. And like people thought it was gonna be a short-heighted unit. And that is Nowi. So she has got Grimoire as her tome. And this is a legendary weapon because you do not see any kind of plus sign beside its name. So only she can have this weapon, and she's the second special unit with a legendary weapon after performing Arts Azura. So basically this tome has got the effect of Flyer Formation skill, in the sense that you can teleport within 2 spaces of an adjacent ally. And that's good because Flyer Formation as a skill itself is not really that good. And I guess as an innate effect it's fine because you're not using up your skill slot. And then she's got Reposition, which is pretty much the best assist skill in the entire game, and it's really good for flying units. And she's also another unit, she's got 5 default skills. So intelligent systems have made a practice to release units with 5 default skills. Hopefully whenever Micaiah comes out, she has got 5 default skills. That would be pretty nice. And she's got a new skill, Attack Res Bond, as her slot A skill, and it gives her +5 attack and +5 res if she's near an adjacent ally. So this is pretty much a spur skill, but it's very situational, and Life and Death is definitely going to be better than this, and even Fury is better than this because it's more consistent. I think that Nowi is going to be having high attack, high res, but low speed, so pretty much like Spring Camilla, but she's going to be a mage tank in my opinion. That's what I think. And then she's got Live for Bounty, which is pretty decent if you want to get more crystals from Training Tower. I actually use this skill every day on my Spring Camilla because crystals are pretty useful for me when I have to level up a unit that I want to fodder, like a 3-star Hinata, 3-star Tsubaki, stuff like that. So that's pretty useful. And then she has got Hone Flyers as her slot C skill. So Hone Flyers is amazing, and we still need a 4-star unit who can have this skill. And in a way you can say that the Hinoka banner was a bait, but to be fair, people should have waited few days before they summoned on the Flyer banner because they knew that the Fire Emblem 4 banner and the Performing Arts banner was going to be ending in few days, and we might get a Halloween banner. So it's always good to summon near the end of a banner so that you can see what other options you have. So she's got Hone Flyers, which is pretty good, but you will need to have another Hone Flyer unit if you are going to be running a Blade Tome on her. So we'll see how she is as a unit when her stats come out on Monday, and I think that these units are going to be pretty strong. Like we have been getting a lot of good banners, so there's no reason for these units to be mediocre. It's annoying as it is to play Fire Emblem Heroes in public because of its loud intro, which can blast ears, and now we have to be more careful and turn off the combat animations if you have got a Nowi like this, so that people do not call cops on you. But yeah, this banner is pretty nice. I'm definitely very excited for Henry. That's the one unit I really want. I was definitely expecting a Witch Nino, but almost all of these special units are from Fire Emblem Awakening and Fates. But I'm not gonna give up my hope. I'm still gonna hope for Santa Claus Hector for the Christmas banner. Let me know how many of you actually are looking forward to that. So yeah, that's gonna be my first impression on this. Definitely very excited for Henry. I'm gonna be uploading my summoning video on Monday, and this banner does last for a whole month. And November quests are gonna be coming in, so you guys will be able to stack up some orbs. And it's usually very good to summon at the end of a certain banner, like I said, just to see all of your options and see if there are any other good banners. And I think that Hero Fest 3 is gonna be coming up in November. So that is going to be it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, then please be sure to leave a like and let me know your expectations from these units in the comment section down below. So with that being said, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.